What's the biggest argument your family ever had over dinner? Aunt Linda announced she was divorcing Uncle Bob right in the middle of Thanksgiving dinner. I'm filing papers on Monday, she said, cutting into her turkey like it was the most casual thing in the world. Uncle Bob nearly choked on his mashed potatoes. You're doing what now? He sputtered. Divorcing you, she repeated calmly. I thought the family should know. The entire table froze with forks halfway to their mouths. Grandma dropped her dinner roll and it bounced off her plate onto the floor. Linda, this is hardly the time or place, my mom said through gritted teeth. When else am I supposed to tell everyone? Aunt Linda shrugged. Uncle Bob's face was turning purple. 23 years of marriage and you announce it at Thanksgiving dinner? You haven't been present for our marriage in 5 years anyway, Linda shot back. That's when the shouting started. My dad immediately jumped to Uncle Bob's defense. Bob's a good man, Linda. You're being ridiculous. Stay out of it, Jim, Linda snapped. Mom sided with Linda instantly. Maybe if Bob actually helped around the house instead of watching football all day. Here we go, Uncle Bob muttered. The sisterhood rallies. Grandma tried to restore peace by offering more gravy. Nobody wanted gravy right now. My teenage cousins started picking sides based on who they lived with. Dad works 60 hours a week, Logan defended Uncle Bob. Mom does everything else, Sophia countered, backing Aunt Linda. The turkey was getting cold while everyone screamed over cranberry sauce. Uncle Bob threw his napkin down and stood up from the table. I'm not listening to this character assassination. Sit down and face the music for once, Aunt Linda yelled. You want to do this here? Fine. Let's talk about your shopping addiction. My shopping addiction? What about your gambling problem? This was news to everyone at the table. What gambling problem? Grandma asked in horror. He lost our vacation fund at the casino last month, Linda announced. Uncle Bob's face went completely white. You promised you wouldn't tell anyone about that. You promised you'd stop gambling 3 years ago. My parents were now arguing about whose fault the divorce was. Bob's always been irresponsible with money, Mom declared. Linda's impossible to please, Dad fired back. The cousins were crying and yelling at their respective parents. I tried to escape to the kitchen but got pulled back into the chaos. What do you think? Aunt Linda asked me directly. There was no right answer to that question. I think maybe we should finish dinner first, I suggested weakly. There's not going to be any more family dinners, Uncle Bob announced. Good, Aunt Linda replied. I'm tired of pretending we're all happy. Grandma started crying into her stuffing. 40 years of hosting Thanksgiving and this is how it ends? The argument spiraled into every grievance anyone had ever had with anyone else. Old grudges, borrowed money, forgotten birthdays, everything came pouring out. By the time the dust settled, half the family had stormed out. The remaining people sat in awkward silence, staring at their cold food. Grandma finally spoke up. Well, this turkey is ruined. Uncle Bob and Aunt Linda did get divorced and family gatherings have never been the same. We now have 2 separate Thanksgivings, Team Linda and Team Bob. I alternate years between them, but the turkey always tastes different now. Less like family, more like obligation. At least nobody announces major life changes during dessert anymore.